From the heart of the 713, it's fun, it's engaging, and it's uniquely Houston. H-Town's hottest new show, Chattin' with Chelsea. Here's your host, Chelsea Edwards.
Hey, besties! Thank you for joining me for another Chattin' with Chelsea. We have another excellent show for you today. Today, we're going to make sure you are getting the best of bang for your buck when it comes to picking your produce, those fruits and vegetables. Sometimes we just don't really know what we're doing, and we're just grabbing stuff because we're in a hurry. So we're going to fix that today, making sure you are getting the best, getting all those nutrients for you. All right, time for a little Chelsea chat here, okay? Because when it comes to fruits and vegetables and growing things, my grandmother, she is so good at that. I mean, she has plants that she's had around for decades, but your girl here, she did not get that green thumb handed down. It's pretty black. I mean, I do try. When I go to the grocery store, they have all those herbs, and I love cooking with fresh herbs. It's nothing like it, especially some rosemary. Chef's kiss on that. But you know, it's best when it's fresh, and I keep trying to get those fresh herb plants back home and keep them alive, and they do not last 2 weeks. I'm gonna be honest with you. But every time I go to the store, I am tempted. I see them in the front there. They make them all nice and pretty, and they look like they're gonna last, but those herbs are probably looking at me and just avoiding eye contact at this point. They know they are not gonna make it very long at my house. But we do have some people here who are going to make sure that we are getting the best produce, the best herbs, all that good stuff. We even have a farmer who's going to be here today. She does amazing work making sure she's growing food for her community. And when we talk about farming, there's a farmer out in Florida who keeps going viral at Knuckle Bump Farms because she really specializes in miniature cattle, but other animals keep stealing the show.
I think you and Humpty are the same type of cow. This is Emmanuel, do not do it. Emmanuel, don't do it. Emmanuel, don't do it. I'm trying to educate people right now, okay? Can you just stop?
We all remember Emmanuel Todd Lopez. He went very viral for all that phone pecking. So now he's got another partner in crime.
I've decided to talk about Princess today, which is really Ellen. Feeding her, she quickly realized that she was not. Emmanuel, don't do it. Emmanuel Todd Lopez, why must you be such a menace? Okay, let's do it, Emmanuel. I've been using Emmanuel. It is what it is. Ellen, please. Ellen.
Both Emmanuel and Ellen are emu agents of chaos. They just keep doing this. And I think I know why. Because they look good. Did you notice the curls are popping? They are working the camera. They don't want to sit in the background, okay? So how do you like to look when you go shopping? Especially if you go, let's say, to the farmer's market. Do you do like me where it's just, I just want something clean and comfortable? That's the only requirement to get dressed to go shopping. Well, other people like to dress it up just a little bit. Check out this wife who decided to put on a sundress and get her husband's reaction.
Oh my God.
Wait,
Babe, we're going to the farmer's market. What you doing?
I can wear this to the farmer's market. It's hot.
Them cheeks is wavy like the water. Let me see.
I look thick. Thick.
Your pancakes have evolved. They are now biscuits.
That is not a compliment.
Look at them. They got a little shape.
That's not a compliment, talking about biscuits.
But we supposed to be going to the farmer's market. You dressed like that.
It's hot. Am I supposed to wear sweats? Like, come on now.
You trying to pick some strawberries? Let me
Can I
see.
wear this? Is this good? Yes?
Come sit down. Actually, do us a little 360. You know how they, you know how they be in them 20v1s, 360. Let me see you 360 one more time. Go ahead, sit down.
That was X and Nay, and I gotta tell you, I love when a husband loves his wife like that. He is the real life version of heart eyes emoji. Very cute. And I don't really know if they ever made it to the farmer's market the way that he was talking, okay? But today, we're bringing the farmer's market to you. We've got a real life farmer. Ivy the farmer is coming in. We are also bringing in Chef Rich to make sure that we are picking the richest vegetables. Jen.
Hey.
Jen. Hey, y'all. It's my work bestie, Jen. Jen, we're doing a show right now.
I know. I want to know. I hear you got Chef Rich.
Yeah, Chef Rich is coming.
He coming, right?
He's coming. He's going to be here.
I want to know, can he look at my greens? I was in a rush, you know.
And you picked these greens, Jen? They're already falling apart. Jen, these look terrible.
But you don't think they're good enough to cook and use tonight?
We don't even need Chef Rich to tell us that. Look at this. They're falling apart. This was bent over. What did you do on the way here?
The thing, I was in a rush.
You were in a rush.
I was on my lunch break, and I just wanted to grab some stuff real quick, and I mean, I could make it work.
Okay,
You think
all right.
he's
Well, I understand being in a rush, Jen, but maybe we could have picked something better. What do you usually get when you go to the grocery store in a rush?
Are we talking healthy, or are we talking...
I mean, just tell me what you usually get.
I usually get chips, you know, cookies. I usually get candy.
Okay, all right.
Ice cream.
Yeah. Let's talk about healthier choices.
Okay.
We're trying to make healthier choices.
I understand.
Jen.
Okay.
So
All
what
right.
do you get when you're trying to eat healthy?
Healthy. Let's see. Strawberries.
Okay.
Bananas.
Yes.
Oranges.
Yes.
I love ice cream, but I try to.
Does not fit into the. Okay, Jen.
Well, let's do yogurt.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's get to the fruits though. What do
Okay,
you
okay.
look for when you're picking out your healthy fruits?
I usually look at the bottom of the strawberry, the little plastic,
Okay.
and to see if there's any of the mold at the bottom.
That's
Because,
good.
you know, when they touch one another, that means the next one is going to be molded by the next day.
Okay.
So I usually look for that.
See, you got the right idea,
I
Jen.
tried.
I like that. You just didn't have the
Except
right
for
idea
this.
when it came to these.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
so
well.
we're going to bring in Chef Rich later to help us out. He's going to evaluate. We'll just go ahead. I know what he's going to say. We'll go ahead and have him do that. But
Let's
first,
do
we're
that.
going to talk to Ivy the farmer because
Okay.
she's got a great story and some great
Sounds
tips.
good.
Okay,
Sounds
guys.
good.
We'll see you back here at the end of this break. Just get rid of those. Stuff. From farm to table, and to help us do that, we've got a real life female farmer here, Ivy Walls.
Hey, Chelsea.
Hey, Ivy Leaf Farms, incredible place that you have. I met you 4 years ago. You were really just getting rolling there.
Yes.
I will say the only plant that I have managed to keep alive is the one you gave me.
Man, I love that. Yeah, 4 years ago we were making pandemic plant parents out there on the pop-up and really raising funds to really start the farm. And so you were the first time I was on live TV. We were out there shooting, had a great time, and I'm so happy to be here with you on your show today.
Yes, and I've just watched you really accomplish all your goals of providing fresh food to your community. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Ivy Leaf Farms is dedicated to complete neighborhood wellness Sunnyside is on the south side of Houston. We know we have horses still on our main roads. You might see tractors.
Yes.
So it is just a farming community, a loving community, a family community that has been forgotten on a systematic level when it looks at from the food perspective. And so I grew up on a farm, you know, on the south side of Houston, Texas, and we decided to start growing vegetables in order to help neighbors during the pandemic. And when we first started growing vegetables, passing them out, you know, you go visit one neighbor, you got to go over to their sister, got to go over to the cousin, got to go down the street to feed their grandma. So it quickly turned into that, you know, why one farm couldn't feed the whole community. So with partnerships like with Jeremy Peaches, we started Fresh House Grocery. And Fresh House Grocery has allowed for us to not only bring in our produce, but other produce from around the city, other products, and give our people this place to actually come and visit and enjoy and have a shopping experience that is amazing.
Why is it important to get that farm-to-table experience? I mean, people can try to eat healthier and get the vegetables at their local grocery store, but those aren't necessarily locally grown.
Yeah, I mean, when you buy local, one, the nutrient density, it's not sitting on a large truck. It hasn't traveled weeks to get to the shelf. It's often harvested that one morning, and, you know, it's right there on the shelf for you. So nutrient density, it tastes better. You know that you're feeding, you know, you're helping your community out. It's the whole economic circle that is created when you shop and eat local. And then seasonally, eating seasonally is great for our bodies. You know, when leafy greens are in the wintertime, we need that extra iron because it's cold. In the summertime, you know, we're getting some of our berries. We have different recipes. And so, you know, those things that we think about as comfort foods are oftentimes seasonally. When we think about Thanksgiving, you're thinking about hearty dishes. You're thinking about greens. You're thinking about you know, different types of meats and accoutrements, you might say, and those things are associated with food that is actually seasonally grown.
Okay, and you guys, like, Ivy knows what she's talking about. You were actually in the medical field before you started.
Yeah, so my background is in public health. After graduating from Prairie View, I worked for the CDC in infection prevention, and so the pandemic happened, and I was like,
whoa.
Y'all want me to put on this suit and actually run in and figure it out? We don't know if it's in the air, on the floor, if I touch you, if we can sit together. And so I just kind of had to reevaluate. But from the public health perspective, food is a public health issue. And when we can't eat good food, we can't live good lives. And so it's very important that, you know, everybody has what they need in order to succeed. When you think about medicine intake, if you are required to eat a heart-healthy diet and you don't have access to a heart-healthy diet, you cannot have a heart-healthy lifestyle. So I think it's very important, and we have some nutrition programs coming in at the grocery store to really help folks really focus in and hone in on a better lifestyle with food choice.
I know a lot of people in the places that you serve and around our area, they work a lot. They are some busy folks. So how would you recommend they really get started on that healthier journey, even though they have these very busy lives?
Make the choice. I mean, sometimes the easy choice is the worst choice for our bodies. And so if you pre-plan or have prep food, or, you know, one of the biggest things that I personally do is when I have vegetables, I chop them up already, and I already have them available for me to use when I'm ready to cook. So I don't have to, I take the prep work out of it, because farming is busy as well. You know, you get up the sun, you leave, you get home when the sun goes down, and so having those vegetables already pre-prepped for me just makes it easy. I just throw my protein with the vegetables and I'm able to go. So I would say for busy folks, prep, when you buy your vegetables, prep them, and it makes the choice easier for you.
See, that is smart. I knew we brought the right person on to get us on the right track. All right, for people, it's not too many people I know who really want to grow their own food, but if people were a little curious, farm curious, where would you say they would start? Something simple?
I would say here in Houston, to particularly start in the wintertime, winter, spring. Right now we have about a month and a half before our weather starts to cool down. Leafy greens, when you think about collards, mustards, lettuce, those things are things that you can just plant once, you're picking them off, and they're going to keep growing. So there's not a lot of maintenance in leafy greens, but they taste phenomenal. You could throw them in with your breakfast eggs, you can throw them in for lunch, you can have them for dinner. So I would say start with leafy greens. Here, coming up in the next month and a half.
Okay, and you're getting those nutrients because that's backyard to table.
Yeah, it's nipped to the plate. You're right there.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
We are amazed by all the wonderful work that you are doing. We will continue to follow your journey.
Thank you.
All right, and you guys, we are going to get you all the way to the table. Make sure that you are picking the vegetables just right when you go to the farmer's market or the grocery store. We'll be back with those tips after this. I want to make sure I'm getting all the nutrients. So we have to make sure we pick the right ones.
Yes, you have to.
Yes, we've got Chef Rich of Rich Fit Foods. Now, you do a lot of chefing and a lot of cooking for a lot of people.
A lot of people. Yes,
so
ma'am.
you are the man to know how to make sure we're picking the right vegetables when we go to the farmer's market or even a grocery store.
Absolutely. I mean, when you go in the store, you probably have 15, maybe 20 minutes, right?
Right, right.
You don't have a lot of time. You're rushing. You need to get what you need to get. Hopefully, you have a list.
Hopefully.
If you don't, it's let me get this, let me get that,
Yes.
something for dinner or something for the week or something for the weekend, and then you're trying to get to the car to get to your next agenda, right?
Right.
So we just brought a few items. Kind of want to show you what works, what doesn't.
Okay,
So,
this right here looks like it doesn't work.
It
I know
doesn't.
that much.
That's kale.
Looks a little rough.
But see, this is wilted. It's light green. It's supposed to be roughage, just like any other green. And so this is not good. I purposely picked this one up to show you that if you grab that one when you get home, you're going to be upset because half of it is not good and the other half is good.
Right, you're not getting all that good vitamins.
Not getting good fiber. You're not
Okay.
getting anything from the greens. Another thing on here is the asparagus. The asparagus looks good from appearance, but then when you pick it up, right, because they're always in like these rubber band bundles, you can see the striations on the asparagus where it's really skinny like that.
Oh,
That's not good, and it's very soft. That means it's went bad. So I don't know if it got, damaged when they transported from the farm to the store before it gets to your table or what, but that's not good. You want them all to be pretty strong and firm because you're going to put it in the oven or you're going to saute it or do something with it. When it's already soft, it means it has the chance of going bad a lot quicker.
Yeah, we don't need that.
No,
all right, so make
not
sure
at
you
all.
turn it all the way around, check all those.
Check all of those. And then
Okay.
even over here with the zucchini, I mean, this is a common item, even the avocados. This is a damaged zucchini. You try to stay away from these items, right? You don't know if someone touched on it. You don't know if something happened. Again, something could have happened in transportation when it got to the store.
And that's another reason to like go to the farmer's market or a local store like Ivy's where you can get it fresh,
absolutely,
really
get it fresh, and you don't have to worry about some of these issues because you don't know how long it's been in the warehouse. It could have been sitting up for a couple of weeks before it got to the store, and then you have it in your fridge for another couple of days. We're talking about a 3-week possible transition. That's a long time before you're actually cooking the food or unfreezing it if you put it in the freezer. Even the avocados, this avocado is green. So it's not bad. It just hasn't matured. It's probably hard. And it's not ready to cut open for you to use. Maybe you want to put it on your salad, maybe make an avocado dip or something like that, add it to pico.
See, now I love avocado, Rich. I love it so much, but I have been striking out lately. I have, because I might get it like this, and think I have some time with it, and then by the time I actually cut it open, it's not good anymore.
And sometimes if you cut it open, if it's too bad, it'll be like brown and like dark green, and then that's not good at all.
And so is there a way to keep an eye on it, make sure I catch it before it gets bad?
Well, the best practice that I know is to leave it at room temperature, to leave it out. Maybe on a counter, maybe next to the fruit. Hopefully you don't have any gnats or anything because fruit does attract gnats. But a couple of days, it should mature to get to the purple that's in this hand. But if it's like that for a long time and it's hard, it's probably not going to be good for a while.
Okay, all right. And stop putting them in the fridge.
Right.
Okay.
Those are not needed in the fridge, but your fresh veggies are.
Okay, now I know. All right, what about our fruit?
So the fruit, you can't go wrong with fruit, right? Everyone loves fruit. Well, hopefully you do.
I do.
The thing that I notice about strawberries is that at the bottom of the package, sometimes you'll see like a light color. Sometimes it's even molded because it's been sitting somewhere for too long, or it's got transported out of refrigeration into like a dry area, depending on how the store does. Now, every store is guilty of it. It's not one store I can point out, but these happen to be a good set of fresh strawberries. You got your smaller oranges here.
So when you see that lightness, that could be because it's been kind of in a weird place or something?
That one's not bad, but if it's like a greenish color and it's not red, and you look at the bottom when it's in the package, that's never a good sign. Like you want to make sure that it's all red, bright red, like fire bright red.
Yes,
Same thing with the grapes, same thing with the oranges. Grapes, it's hard for the grapes to really go bad. I haven't seen that often. The oranges, obviously, they turn after a while if they're already peeled. So this particular package had them already peeled. Typically, the orange you have to peel to get to it.
See, my parents would always do the grape test.
In the store.
Ooh, do you do that?
Ooh, no.
Dirty? Is
it irks me to death because I see people grab it and eat it and walk away.
Oh, because they don't buy the grapes.
Yeah, they don't buy it. They just reach in the bag and they eat the grapes.
They're just snacking.
Yeah, if your parents are grabbing the grapes and eating it, but they pick the bag up, that's fine. But if they're just snacking on it and walking away, that's
not cool. Chef Rich says that's not cool.
No,
all right, I'll tell my folks. What do you do when you get home with these? We talked to Ivy, who was suggesting go ahead and chop up your vegetables so they're ready to go.
Right.
Of course, you have to wash them. Do you do anything special, any kind of soaking or anything?
Wonderful question, especially for the fruit. You can definitely rinse them off. You definitely want to rinse them off. You can even let them soak for a little while just to make sure. And then not too long, maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then you want to make sure you put them in the refrigerator to make sure that they stay fresh because you don't want to leave that out for too long.
Do you do any of those like vinegar, baking soda?
I've done those things. Yeah, I've seen that on TikTok a couple of times. It definitely can work. Everyone has their own method. So, I mean, it's not that it's not suggested. It's just that everyone can do something different. I've done it before. I've never seen the bugs come out. But the vinegar, the baking soda definitely does cleanse it. I mean, it's kind of like if you were to get crawfish or something and you purge the crawfish. Same thing with the fruit. So you have that as an option as well. Absolutely.
All right. So any other tips for people trying to make sure they get the absolute best vegetables? I mean, do you need to check with your stores to see when these shipments are coming in? If that's your only option?
So if it comes in any type of package, right, like bell peppers can be bought in a 3-pack. Sometimes the fruit, if you look at the sell by date, and it's the day of or the day before, that fruit's been sitting there for 3 days. 2 or 3 days. So you may want to find another package that says sell by 2 days from the date that you're at the store, or a day from, because it's the day of. That means that it's about to go bad, or it's too ripe. You know, it's not good at that point.
Okay, good points there. All right, you are getting us together. We're going to make some healthy choices now.
Hopefully so.
All right, starting with this. Okay, guys, we'll have your final takeaways when we come back. To my guests, and thank you for watching another Chatting with Chelsea. Before we go, we got to give you some final thoughts from today. First, we heard from Ivy, the farmer, really telling us to make sure that we make those healthy choices. You got to make the choice, no matter how busy you are. It is a choice that we make every day.
Right.
And Chef Rich, what would you say people need to remember from our chat?
I would say the main thing is to make sure you don't have any damaged fruit or any damaged vegetables like the zucchini. If there's coloration in your greens or things like that, it's not leafy green, it's not dark green, make sure you're just picking another one. There's plenty to pick from your local store, wherever you decide to shop at. And just turn over and look at the fruit. Make sure that all the fruit is good, because it's very easy to pick something up, especially strawberries. They go bad really quick.
Yes, turn it around, flip it upside down, all the things.
All of those things.
Where can people find you on social?
Sure, I'm Rich Fit Foods with a 1 behind on all social media platforms.
All right, and you guys make sure you follow us on Chelsea Show Fox. So let us know how those healthier choices are going.
Absolutely.
I'm going to continue my healthy choices with these grapes and these strawberries.
She's digging in the bag.
We will see you next time on the next Chat with Chelsea.